Cadillac is saying they have sold out of the Cadillac Lyriq now for years, but then they went and reduced the price. Strange. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers and welcome back everyone else. My name's Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate the support. Actually, it helps the algorithms, helps us get more EV videos out there, disproving a lot of the media, mainstream media's lies about EVs, which are often just made up nonsensical garbage because they want to continue getting money from oil and gas companies and from legacy automotive companies who are still selling more than 95% internal combustion engine vehicles. Cadillac are cutting the 2024 Lyriq's base price to $60,000 US, meaning they're discounting the car by around 5%. That's compared to a starting MSRP of $63,000 for the 2023 Lyriq rear-wheel drive. Apparently, it's going to come with less something. Don't know what, but the point is here, they're reducing the price. I think that's it's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool, but it's weird because why would you reduce the price if you have the kind of demand they say they have for this vehicle? Don't know. Now, Dan Mihhailescu says, we're so used to electric vehicles becoming more expensive with each new model and in between model years that we're always skeptical when an automaker announces a price cut, which is a good point. I mean, look at the price increases we've seen recently. What about the Ford F-150 Lightning? They've increased the price, I believe it's 3 times, by at least $16,000 US for the cheapest model. Some models have increased in price by more than $20,000 US. And then the dealer's going to add their little markup as well because there's so much demand for this vehicle. If you want to go and get one now, you get put on a waiting list where you got to wait for 27 years. No, I'm exaggerating, but it's a long waiting list. It's going to take them at least 4 years to build enough vehicles if you want to order now for you to get one. 4 years wait. You can see where dealers are marking up the prices. However, it looks like Cadillac or General Motors actually wants to reduce the price of its Lyriq. And therefore, it has discounted the price for this new model. The 2024 Cadillac Lyriq pre-order page on the automaker's customer website shows a starting price of $60,000 US. That does not include the destination charge though. That's a reduction of $3,000 on the 2023 Lyriq, which is listed as sold out on Cadillac's website. And it had a base price of $63,000. In both cases, the pricing corresponds to the base rear-wheel drive trim and includes the destination charge. But it only includes the destination charge for the 2023 model. So the discounted price is actually more than that. It's actually closer to $4,300 US because of the fact that it includes destination costs. As for the all-wheel drive 2024 Cadillac Lyriq, prices start at around $64,000 US, which is also a lower starting price than the 2023 model, $65,000. So I think they've decreased the price of the all-wheel drive model by $1,000 US. Now, Cadillac is saying they're going to adjust the standard equipment on the vehicle, going to reduce the amount of standard equipment. So it looks cheaper, but it's actually not really cheaper because if you want to get the features of a 2023 model, you probably have to pay more. So it's kind of a sneaky way to do it. Now, we don't know exactly which features have been removed, but General Motors has confirmed they have removed some features from the 2024 model. And the price reduction is an interesting development, considering that Cadillac is said to have previously planned to raise the 2024 Lyriq rear-wheel drive model's base price to $70,000 US. So instead of raising it by, what's that, $7,000, they've reduced it by about $4,000. That's a big difference. When Cadillac kicked off sales of the Lyriq in May 2022, it offered the rear-wheel drive debut edition model with a $60,000 base price. That was a special price for the launch edition model, which Cadillac sold out in 10 minutes because I think they only made one of them. No, they didn't make one, but it wasn't many. Even though it didn't reveal how many units were part of the rear-wheel drive debut edition, it was still a good deal. But most people think they didn't make very many because they sold out in 10 minutes. Anyhow, we don't expect anything to change with regard to the 2024 Lyriq specifications compared to the 2023 model in terms of the actual range and battery pack size, motors, etc. The base rear-wheel drive model features a rear-mounted motor making 340 horsepower, which is 253 kilowatt, and it has 325 pound-feet of torque, which is 440 newton meters. The all-wheel drive version has a fair bit more power. It's got 500 horsepower because it's got obviously a front motor and a rear motor, which is 372 kilowatt, Plus it's got 450 pound-feet of torque, which is 610 newton meters. So it's a lot more powerful. I personally think it's probably worth paying that extra $4,000 to get that model. But the only thing is, it does sacrifice range. You're going to get less range with the all-wheel drive model. Both models are powered by a very big battery pack. It's a 100 kilowatt hour pack offering an EPA estimated range of 312 miles or 502 kilometers for the rear-wheel drive model. The EPA range for the all-wheel drive Lyriq is yet to be announced, and the 2024 Cadillac Lyriq is now open for pre-orders, with production expected to start in spring of 2023. The price is good, but there is one strange thing about this car. Now, the Tesla Model Y battery pack is the standard range vehicle, which is sold in most countries around the world, except for the United States, Canada, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. It's sold, however, in Australia, China, Europe, South Africa, New Zealand, many other countries, Israel, etc. The standard range model, lithium iron phosphate battery pack, it's around about 64 kilowatt hour size pack. That's what most people believe, anyhow. Now, the range is not far off. It's about 50 kilometers less, or around 30 miles less. But the battery pack is much, much smaller. I mean, massively smaller. I'm a bit confused. I mean, GM is saying their new Ultium batteries have incredibly high energy density and should have much higher energy density than the lithium iron phosphate cells in the Model Y and the Model 3. And if that's the case, then why, with a massive battery pack, is the range of this car not far off the Model Y and Model 3 with a much smaller pack, which should have much less energy density? Something doesn't add up. Now, yes, it is true that the Lyriq is a bigger car than the Model Y, but a lot of that is thanks to the fact that it's got a very long bonnet. Therefore, the actual interior space is probably going to be pretty similar to the Model Y. Personally, I actually think they're both really good cars. Both of them are very compelling and definitely cars I would get over any gasoline-powered car. But my point still stands. If anyone knows, if you're an engineer, why with this enormous battery pack is the range of this car fairly pedestrian? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, my friends, have a great day.